आज की वीडियो में जानेंगे what is playwright configuration file and how to make use of it. So guys, till now what we have done is that we have been able to create a particular test case, but the test case that we created onto our previous session, onto this particular test case, although we have defined everything that we created a particular session. From that session we added a new tab that is called a page, and on that particular page we wanted that it should go to the amazon.in, right? Till now, so far so good. Okay, but how will playwright know that on which browser this should be getting played upon? I mean, on which browser this test case is going to run? There are n number of browsers available onto the market as of now on current date. Okay, so now we need to specify some things. So as I told you earlier that I'll be discussing each and everything that is mentioned over here, but when the right time comes on the fly, I'll be making use of all the things. Okay, so please be with me and please support me. Do not think that this concept has not been told over here. The reason being, the concept has not been told over here because it might create confusion in onto your mind. Okay, so we are going to make use of mcp servers, we are going to make use of generative ai, we are going to write our test cases with the help of copilot or any cursor tool, whatever the demand says at that point in time. But everything will come on its own time, right? So please be with me and try to understand, and please trust the process. Okay, because at the end it's you who has to get all the entire learning so that you are able to make earning in a proper fashion. There is no point in learning if you are not able to earn something, because this is 2026 has already reached and we are on 30th of December, guys, right? So the market is very changing, it's quite dynamic. Pull up your socks and make sure, I pray to god that you all remain stay safe and stay healthy, because if you are not healthy enough, then all these concepts you won't be able to mug up in small amount of time, right? So keep your body healthy as well. Sorry for giving all that kind of lecture. Okay, so now uh, guys, this is your playwright configuration file. So what is a configuration file? Those who already know about Java, Selenium, who are coming from C Sharp background, who have done the desktop automation, we all know about what a configuration file is all about. So some configuration basically means this is your test runner kind of file from where all your test cases are going to run. So this is your test directory which says dot slash forward slash tests, right? So inside this test folder, all your spec files are present over here, and each of your spec file contains n number of test cases. So let's say if this spec file contains two test cases, then those test cases are going to run sequentially. Okay, but if let's say I run this entire config.js file for all the tests, then what will happen? Let's say if there are five different spec files and each file contains two test cases, then all those test cases for file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file 5 will be running in a parallel mode, but the order they would be following is that that it will be done in a sequential order. Okay, so allow me to create a two test cases. Let us give it as to it a meaningful name, like to validate landing, to validate that page redirects to the Amazon server. So let's say this is my test case 1001. Okay, so over here I have made use of a fixture known as browser. Now I will make use of another fixture named as page. Okay, I have already told you what these are all about. Okay, so once you make use of this page fixture, then these two steps become irrelevant. This is the beauty of playwright. Okay, so now I am going to do, what I am going to do is that I am going to run these two test cases over here for the very first time live. Okay, but before that, my runner file needs to know, needs to know that where on which server I need to run them. Okay, on which server do I need to run them? Sorry, I think I made some mistake over here. Okay, so this is there, this is there. Why this red line is showing? No. Okay, it's gone. Okay, so now if so now I need to go to this playwright.config.js file. This I already added. So you just need to add your timeout, uh, put a semicolon and give a default time. So 5000 milliseconds it is representing, that is 5 seconds. By default, playwright offers you 30 seconds of an auto wait capability, that is by default 30 seconds it will wait for that element to be present, right? But let's say I am giving you a default timeout. I am overriding that value to 5 seconds, sorry, 50 seconds, let's say. Okay, 5 seconds. Now, uh, allow me to give some browser name over here. Okay, so let's say my browser name is not given over here. I am entering my browser name colon. I want to run all my test cases on Chromium. Okay, so this is what I want to do, and I mentioned it inside the use object. Okay, so what these objects are all about, I'm still about to create a particular lecture, but try to understand. It's very simple. uh, it won't make it won't make much of a fuss over here. So these are the two values that I have added over here into my playwright config.js file. So what it is going to do now, at least it will be able to understand that this all both these test cases, sorry, this test case got removed. So now both these test cases will be running into at least Chrome browser. Okay, now let me just change that to the, let's say, Flipkart server, and dot flipkart.in. Flipkart.in, this is my test case 1, this is my test case 2. Okay, so now what we are going to do is that we are going to run it. Okay, so till now what we have discussed is that we have added some changes into the configuration file, and if I want to run only one single test case, then you can make use of this only command kind of stuff. It will run only this particular test case one, wherein only Amazon web page is going to get open. If I get rid of it, then both my test cases are gonna run. And how it is going to run, you have to mention that npx playwright playwright test. Okay, and now what we need to do is that we are going to run this test case in headless mode, because by default the test cases are going to run into headless mode. What I mean by seeing headless mode simply means that no browser will be launched. Hit enter. Let's see what happens. So it says that to validate that page redirects to the Flipkart server. What about my first test case, where it is? Just keep doing and keep on interacting with this particular tool. You will be able to get to know a lot of things. It's very nice. It's better than Selenium as well. So those both these two test cases have been passed, but how will I know? Because my I am subjected. Until unless I do not see anything, I'm not able to understand, right? So sorry, instead of browser we have to use page fixture over here, right? Sorry. Now, I am going to run this particular test case in headed mode. Okay, now the browser will be getting launched. Okay. Sorry. These are the changes that I've already made. Now, allow me to just quickly run it. So now my two test cases are running at this point in time. See, Amazon got opened and now Flipkart should get opened onto the second instance. It is very fast. First instance got opened and closed very quickly, right? If you have not seen, again I'm going to run this particular test case. Guys, we are human beings, some sort of mistakes keep on happening, but the goal is that we are able to at least understand. So my first instance got launched in the Chrome browser, let's say, sorry, in Chromium, and Flipkart got opened. And what about the first one? See, Amazon is opening very fast. Okay, again I'm running it, so that at least you're able to understand, you're able to see what is happening at what point in time. Yeah, Amazon opened, bro. It already opened very fast. Okay, so this is how, what is meant by running your test cases onto headless mode or in non-headless mode. Okay, so over here we are able to run our two test cases successfully. So these were our first playwright automation test cases. And now guys, the coding has already started over here. Now we'll be doing some sort of modifications, we'll be doing some changes, and we are going to run our test cases, we'll be creating our framework. But before that, a lot of concept you need to get understand. Okay, so please try to trust the process, and I'll be connecting very very soon with the next set of lectures. Okay, so team, I hope I'm able to make you guys understand to the best of our abilities. But if you are not able to understand, please write me into the comment sections, and it will be really really great if you could support me by liking or subscribing my channel. Thank you for your time and patience. Thank you.